Most people mess up their watermelon season before it even starts, and it normally happens right here in the seed trays. If your seedlings get root bound, grow slow, or stall out, your melons are already behind before they even hit the ground. I've grown everything from regular melons to competition sized watermelons, and how you start them matters to most in my eyes because it's the foundation for your season. The first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna fill these trays up. And if you look through the bottom right there, those holes are pretty big. So I'm gonna show you what I do so that the soil does not fall out, but I'm gonna let you know why these are important. All right, so I take the bottom of my planter and I push it down into the soil like that. And then all I do is take my potting mix and then I push them down, and that is going to stop the potting mix from going out. And the potting mix that I use is Happy Frog. And this is some great stuff. All my seedlings love it. And I'll put a link in the description. So watch, when I pull this up, you don't see any of the soil coming out. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of these, and I'll see you in a second or two. I just got finished filling these trays, and I want to let you know one other thing. You want to make sure you push them down firmly so you get all the air pockets or the air gaps out. Because when we put these seeds in here, we want to make sure there's nothing going to stop them from growing into these nice plants. Oh, the bottom of this, those are holes that I showed you. When your seedlings are ready and it's time for you to take them out, all you have to do is put your thumb right here and you pop them up. And it keeps everything intact. You don't have to fight over trying to squeeze the sides out, which makes it real easy to pull out, and you don't disturb your roots. All right, that is amazing. That's one thing I love about them. And wait till I tell you about these slits right here on the side. But I'm gonna talk to you about my seeds now. I love planting my watermelon seeds, so I'm gonna show you the variety, and I'm gonna tell you one or two things about planting. I got my Congos right here. Now these, I just call them my specialty watermelons. I don't know why and how, but these are Crimson Sweets. But when I cracked into it, they were all swirly, look like a big bag of Skittles, different yellow, red. I mean, this look amazing, light pink. So I'm gonna see if they're gonna produce that again. I have my Jubilee melons, and I also have some Moon and Stars. Last but not least, I have my Carolina Cross. These are the seeds that came from my 55 pound and my 69 pounder. And I am selling these also for like $9. The genetics are still in here. Every year I get melons higher and higher in weight based on these seeds, but I'll put my email down if you would like to purchase one. Hey, this year it might be a seed in here that gets me over 100. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start to plant. When we planting our seeds, now I don't put my seeds no more than a ½ inch down. So, and these seeds are a little bit smaller, so I won't even go that deep. I normally go the size of the seed. So I push that down just to like my first little joint right here. I have that based on how small the seeds are, and I keep it moving. ½ inch, I'm not going any deeper. And also, if you watched my channel before with the potting soil, I normally get the soil sifter. With my melons, that is the only thing, those seeds that big, I don't worry about having to sift the soil because they got enough energy to push through. So that's why I skip that part. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up and wait till I tell you about the watering system right here. Simply amazing. It's going to increase your germination. I want to take a minute to talk about one of the greatest watermelon guys around. Now, I'm not just saying that because I created it, but if you are a beginning watermelon grower or if you're advanced, there is something in here for you. I took all of my experiences and put it in this packet, and it is going to give you the shortcut to make sure that you don't make the mistakes that I've made in the past. All right, and I'm gonna give you some examples. This right here is the section on the most common issues watermelon growers face. Number one, lots of vines, no melons. Only male flowers, blossom end rot, cracked melons, and squash bugs. But there's several more things on here as well. So I'm gonna let you know that this is available for sale for $29, and the link is in the description. And just think about it. Every year I'm going to make additions to this, And so once you have it, you get the updated versions as well. All right, let's get back to the video. All my seeds are planted and I'm so excited. I love this time. Normally I take my can and get them moist, because you gotta get those seeds moist, but hold off on that. Wait till you see how I get them moist using these tops right here. Simply amazing. But before I forget, remember I told you I was gonna talk to you about these slits. What this does, once your plants are starting to grow and when the roots hit the air, when they come out here, it burns them off, it air prunes them. So that prevents these seedlings from getting root bound. Once you take these out using your thumb, you're gonna see that they're not gonna wrap around because of those slits. That last year was the first time I used them and I was totally impressed because they did not get root bound. That's another game changer. So I'm thrilled to have them again. At one point in time, chances are my whole rack may be filled with the seed trays from Vago. All right, so next thing, I gotta get them nice and moist. And I like the fact that they have the individual tops on them, because we already know that I planted different watermelon seeds. Unlike when you have the that one tray over the one cover over top. Once some of your plants come out, you got to take it all off. Now we don't have to do that. So that's another reason why I like the individual trays. But wait till you see how I water. See right here? That's how we water. And so we're gonna keep it nice and moist. And once they come up, when we take these off, then you water from the bottom, which is totally awesome. I always like watering from the bottom, even with my other trays. I encourage that. And so this is gonna keep the humidity in the tray, the single tray. And that is going to give it the best chance for your seedlings to break through. And I get a lot of my seedlings to germinate because of it. So all you're gonna do is go ahead and pour into the top right here. And it has its own drip system. And it's going to go all the way out. When it hits the center, they got like a channel and it's gonna go to each of the cells. Now you just can't beat that. Now one thing I would tell you to check the tops, because if they don't start to drain, all you do is take a small, you take a box cutter and just make that little slit a little, not wider, but you just make sure you put the box cutter through the slit and then it'll start dripping out. All right, so you see what I'm talking about? Look at the drip system. It has been a straight game changer. I got to come up with another word for this part, a super game changer. Man, this right here is the business. And that's why I really like the trays, and that is going to keep the humidity, and therefore those seedlings going to bust through there. So once again, these trays are from Vago and they are sponsoring this video today. And I'll put a link in the description if you want these awesome, amazing trays along with my discount code so you can get more savings. They also sell raised beds. And I also want to let you know that this video is also being sponsored by Quictent. And I'll put their link in the description as well, where you can get raised beds and you can also get greenhouses. I got to give you some common mistakes that people make at this stage. But before I do that, I want to let you know about the ground cinnamon. Now you can either do this before the seedlings come up, or you can wait until afterwards. I'm gonna go ahead and wait till afterwards this time. I've done it either way. The ground cinnamon, you sprinkle over the top of the potting mix, the soil, and then it is going to help prevent or fight against white fungus. Now, if you see something growing, or if you want to use it as a preventative measure, you go ahead and sprinkle it all over and cover it, and then you will not have to worry about the white fungus. And if you do see some come up, then keep on, take it out and spray it over again. The reason why ground cinnamon has antifungal properties, and so it's going to fight against the white fungus, and you're going to be on your way to having strong plants. All right, so just keep that tip in mind. Trust me, it works. The first common mistake a lot of people make is they overwater. Now, just remember, you don't have to soak these in water. I leave them standing in water because that is not gonna be good. You can get root rot, and we don't want that. And I normally, after I water mines, I can tell by when I pick it up, they're a lot more heavier. So when I'm going through and I look over a couple of days, if I pick up my tray and it's a little light, or you use your finger to see how dry it is, then you will know, hey, I need to go ahead and add some water. But the weight helps me out, and touching the soil helps me out. So don't just feed them and leave them in water every single day. That's not gonna be good. Mistake number 2, allowing your plants to get root bound. And the way how you do that is, if you leave them inside the tray longer than you're supposed to, but I don't have to worry about it, because remember I told you these slits right here, once it hits the air, it's going to automatically prune it, so that prevents it from getting root bound. And remember, root bound is no good, but I'm glad I got trays that allow me not to have to deal with that issue. The third mistake is starting too early. Now, this has been a problem that I used to have a long time ago. I don't start early now, but when you start early and then you take your plants outdoors and that cold comes, and then this going to stunt their growth, or it's going to kill them. And right now, it was like 50 or 40 something degrees outside. It's supposed to go to 60. I'm not putting my babies out there in that. So that's why I start doing this time, even though it's 4 days after my last start date. All right, so just be careful, look at your area and decide how you want to play it. Hey, so if you start strong just like this, your watermelon season is going to be on its way to being successful. And I cannot wait. I want to let you know, if you have not signed up for my email list, I'll put a link in the description so you can sign up. So if I need to get some important information out and I can't do a video, then I can go ahead and send out an email, or if there are special offers that are time sensitive, you'll be one of the first to know. But I'll see you in the next video right over here.